Hey guys, it's History Behind the Warrior and welcome to my first installment in my Dead or Alive series. Today I'll be talking about the main protagonist of the series, Kasumi. Now again, I just want to reiterate that this is the first time I've ever talked about the series, so I do want to say if I pronounce any things wrong or miss out on some major events, please do notify me down in the comments below, so that way I may be able to do a follow-up covering any missed events, but hopefully that won't be the case. Now for this video, I'll be talking about the main installments in the Dead or Alive series. So that means I will be excluding any of the Dead or Alive Extreme games because for the most part they are just fan service. Anyway, without any further ado, let's start talking about Kasumi. Now Kasumi grew up in the Mugen Tenshin clan, a secret society of ninjas that lived in the mountains of Japan. They were held at a very high esteem, but did keep themselves to themselves, as they didn't really want the world to know of their existence. Now Kasumi was born into the clan leader's bloodline. Being the second child of Shiden and Ayame, she herself was always destined for greatness, but she wasn't their first child. That was in fact Hayate, an individual who would later take on the title of clan leader. Now Kasumi had a very fulfilling childhood. She was well respected by those around her and was in many ways pampered and spoiled, but despite this she felt rather lonely. So whilst growing up she sought out a friend, and that was a young girl known as Ayane. The two got along very well together, despite Ayane at the time being referred to by many in the village as the cursed child. But the two would still remain together regardless of what they heard, and their friendship would deepen over the next few years. However, this would fall apart when Ayane learned the truth about why she was referred to as the cursed child. You see, Ayane is in fact the half-sister of Kasumi. Not long after Kasumi was born, Kazumi's mother Ayame would be raped by her brother-in-law Raido, an excommunicated and former member of the clan, that was known for his senseless brutality and was referred to by many as a demon. In order to keep the peace, after Ayame gave birth, she would be taken in by a man known as Genra, so she wasn't raised under Kazumi's household. Now after finding this out, tension immediately grew between Kasumi and Ayane, because understandably Ayane felt like the childhood she should have had was stolen from her by Kasumi. Although it's much more complicated than that, Ayane couldn't help but feel envious of the position Kasumi was in, that and the very poor treatment she had received from the rest of the village, and thus the two would have a rather shaky relationship from that point onwards. Now at the age of 17, Raido had returned back to the village and waged an assault against it. As you see, he was interested in obtaining the Torn Sky Blast, an ancient technique that was passed down to the leaders of the clan, and at this point in time, the current leader was Kazumi's older brother Hayate. Now after Raido defeated his daughter Ayane, he would set his eyes on Hayate, and the two would clash with Hayate coming up short. He was so severely injured from this battle that he was left in a comatose paraplegic state. Now after these events had transpired, Kasumi was forced to fulfill Hayate's role, and thus became the 18th clan leader. However, she was disgusted at what had happened, and would not allow someone like Raido to continue doing what he had. So Kasumi would in fact leave the clan to track him down, an act that is seen by many as suicide, because it is seen as treason by many within the clan. But Kasumi had already decided in her mind that she needed to destroy Raido, and thus would leave to avenge her brother and kill the traitor. Now the clan quickly learned of Kazumi's disappearance, and Ayane was given the order by her foster father to track down Kasumi and kill her. Now Ayane did come face to face with Kasumi, but before a proper victor could be decided, Kasumi would be saved by a British assassin, Christie, as Christie herself was in fact hired by Victor Donovan to transport Kasumi to the tournament safely. Now when she arrives there, she finds out that Ayane's been tracking her the entire time, and now Ayane has two goals. Seeing as she's now at the tournament, she will avenge Hayate and kill Kasumi while she is here. But the two girls quickly realize whilst being in the tournament that Raido's in fact working with the head of Dead or Alive Tech. Ayane herself tries to confront Raido once again, but is still outmatched. Eventually, Raido and Kasumi are the finalists of the tournament, and the two clash, with Kasumi overpowering and even killing him. However, this doesn't keep the old man down, as he's able to get up and somehow become stronger than he previously was. As you see, he'd been experimented on by Dead or Alive Tech. It's only until Kasumi is assisted by Ryu Hayabusa where she's able to overpower him and kill him once again. Now sadly for Kasumi, after she's defeated her uncle, she'd be kidnapped by Dead or Alive Tech, and they would harvest her DNA, as they were interested in weaponizing her abilities to create the ultimate fighter. Now during the events of the second game, Hayabusa makes it his job to track her down, and realizing that she's in Germany, begins an assault on the facility. Now during the ensuing chaos, Kasumi would be helped out from her cell by a clone, one that is known as Kasumi Alpha. Alpha. Now once she is set free, she learns that the facility she's in also houses her brother Hayate. Now Alpha attempts to prevent her from finding him, but the clone is swiftly defeated, and this eventually leads to Kasumi coming face to face with one of the scientists there, Lisa Hamilton. Now Lisa attempts to stop her by shooting at her, but Kasumi is saved by Hayabusa. Now whilst there with Irene Liu, they're able to steal some data from DOATEC in order to track down Hayate. Now Hayabusa attempts to put together a plan, but Kasumi is still quite irrational at this point, and thus runs off to find Hayate, and she actually is successful in doing so. However, it does seem like Hayate at the time seems to be suffering from amnesia, something which actually breaks Kazumi's heart. Now the two are very quickly found by Hayabusa, and he tells the siblings to battle each other, as he believes that by doing so, it will jog Hayate's memory. Now the two do clash, and Kasumi is defeated by her older brother, which in turn reignites his memory. However, before a proper reunion can happen, Hayate and Hayabusa are attacked by Kasumi Alpha and a brainwashed Ayane. Now whilst this conflict is going on, Kasumi decides to retreat and run away. Now during the events of the third game, Kasumi deeply misses her brother. However, she knows that she can't return back to her home, and thus at the very beginning of her story, we see the turmoil and pain she actually goes through, as she's homesick and so incredibly tired of constantly being hunted down. She's forced to hide her identity and try to act like a normal civilian in public, and even then as she tries her best to hide, she realizes that Ayane is still tracking her, which once again forces her to travel from town to town. Now when the third Dead or Alive tournament is announced, Kasumi would see this as the perfect opportunity to find her brother. As you see, Hayate, Ayane and Hayabusa have entered the third tournament to track down Ayane's foster father, Genra, as he's also turned against the clan and he's been secretly working with DOATEC. So she realizes that if she goes and sees Hayate, then she won't be in their crosshairs. Now when she goes to see Hayate, she has a very awkward confrontation with Ayane. Now though Ayane doesn't kill Kasumi, she does beat her up for all the trouble she has caused in the last few games. Now Kasumi is finally able to come face to face with Hayate once again, and Hayate himself, still being the clan leader, is very torn between what he should be doing. Does he follow his clan's rules and traditions, or does he embrace his sister once again? And when Kasumi realizes that there's some hesitation from her brother, she realizes that she must fight him, and after the battle, she escapes and decides to go into hiding once more. Now during the events of the fourth Dead or Alive game, she learns that her former clan is planning to do a massive attack on DOATEC, as the company have relentlessly interfered with the clan's existence, and thus for not only the better of the clan, but the world. Now Kasumi at this point in time, although slightly happy about this, is extremely worried about the ramifications of such a big thing happening. It would risk the lives of many in her village. So Kasumi would travel back outside her village and attempt to consult with Hayate, so that way he could reconsider his options and how to approach this situation. Now before she can properly get a response from Hayate, Ayane would appear to interrupt them, forcing Kasumi to retreat, and having Hayate continue his mission of wanting to destroy DOATEC. The Mugen Tenshin finally unleash their assault on the DOATEC tower, and a massive fight ensues. During this conflict, Kasumi tries her best to prevent this from happening, but this is where she comes face to face with Helena Douglas, the new and current head of DOATEC. Kasumi attempts to bargain with Helena, but with the massive assault going on at her facility, she isn't exactly happy with any members of the clan. And on top of this, Helena's in the process of modifying the previous Kasumi clone, Kasumi Alpha. So Helena attempts to stop Kasumi by shooting her, but Hayabusa is able to intervene and stop this. Now Kasumi would then head to the lab to attempt to destroy Alpha 152, the modified Kasumi clone. The two clash furiously, but before a victor can be determined, the chaos of the ensuing battle allows Alpha to escape. Managing to escape from the burning building she was in, Kasumi would attempt to capture Helena, but is stopped by Ayane. As you see, if Kasumi had continued to pursue Helena, she would have actually died. So Ayane actually saves Kasumi. Despite the tension and the issues that the two have had, there seems to still be a spark of friendship and hope between the two. Now after DOATEC is seemingly stopped, Kasumi, with assistance from Hayabusa, would once again go into hiding. But this wouldn't last for very long. As you see, one of the founding fathers of DOATEC, Victor Donovan, decided to actually continue doing these experiments, creating a new organization known as MIST. Now during his experimentations, he created a near perfect replica of Kasumi, and the clone itself even retained some of her memories and skills. Now before Donovan could do anything with this copy, it managed to escape, as it still retained Kazumi's drive to hunt down and kill Alpha 152. Now this clone actually believed that it was the real Kasumi, so it was walking around and acting in the same manner. Now the clone would reach out to Helena, as the clone was interested in tracking down and killing 152, but Helena wouldn't disclose any information to the clone, as she herself had already reached out to Hayate, and he was tracking 152 down. Now Hayate was observing this conversation and realized that something was quite off with Kasumi. He couldn't quite put his finger on it, but he knew that something wasn't right, and thus would send Ayane to keep an eye on her. Now the clone would try to find 152 but was unsuccessful, and returned back to Helena tired and frustrated. Eventually Helena would reveal the location of 152, but said that Hayate, Ayane and Hayabusa were already there. Now after fighting her way in, the fake Kasumi is able to defeat 152, but is captured and killed, as Hayate had learned the truth about the fake Kasumi. Now after this happened, they are immediately attacked by Mist, and Hayate himself is captured. Hayabusa then relays this information to Kasumi, who comes out of hiding and is able to track down her brother. After defeating Christy and Rig with some assistance from Lisa, she is successful in saving Hayate. However, despite achieving her goal, Donovan had enough time to activate the fourth phase of his project, mass production of the clones. Now after a very long and grueling battle against Alpha 152, the fake Kasumi clone would finally be destroyed, and Mist would be stopped in its tracks. Now although they were successful in destroying the clones, Donovan was yet to be apprehended, so Kasumi knew that this fight was far from over, and she would swear that she would take down Donovan. But yeah, that's actually it for Kazumi's story, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed it. It has been quite a lengthy one. I never knew how much story the Dead or Alive series has, and honestly for making this video I am most certainly enjoying it. I can already tell that it's a series that has a lot of lore and depth, and I'm really gonna enjoy covering this series, especially since Dead or Alive 6 isn't too far away now, so you can most certainly expect these once a week. Now I do want to reiterate again, because there are most likely going to be quite a few of you that asked this question down in the comments, why have I not involved the Ninja Gaiden games in this video? Well, I strictly for the most part wanted to focus on the Dead or Alive series, because I'm well aware that she does appear during the later half of the Ninja Gaiden series, but here I just wanted to put a spotlight on her and her existence in the Dead or Alive series. Anyway guys, that more or less does wrap up everything that I needed to say in this video regarding Kasumi. I may do an update for this once Dead or Alive 6 is out. Also down in the comments below, let me know who you'd like to hear me talk about next, because I have no plans for next week's episode, and for the most part I do want to be making videos that you guys actually want to watch. So down in the comments below, let me know who you want to hear me talk about next. But yeah, that's kind of it for this video guys. Now before it wraps up, if possible, let's try getting it to about 500 likes. It's a great way of supporting this channel since YouTube's ad system is broken as hell. So by giving it a thumbs up, it helps out a ton. And also if possible, don't forget to tick that bell, as YouTube's been having a lot of problems with my videos not appearing in your sub boxes, so by ticking that bell it will most certainly help you out and me out. But yeah, that's it for this one guys. Now as always, please comment, like, subscribe and share this video with everyone you know. Please take care, and I'll see you all next time.